Howdy howdy and welcome back. This session we're going to be keeping it pretty short and sweet. We're just going to pull that carburetor off and rebuild it, see if we see anything funky in there. So let's get into it. So removing the carb is pretty straightforward. Do not let me teach you how to do it because I've never done one before. Just a few bolts pulling it out. Watch somebody else if you want to learn how to do it for real. But I'm going to disconnect this fuel line first off. Let a little spillage go down. Just set this up in a way where it's not going to let any more come out. And you can chill right now. There you go, baby. Alright. Got a little vacuum line from my distributor that'll come off. Otherwise, that's pretty much all that's holding this thing together, except my little throttle linkage right here, which I might need to go grab something for. So close. There you go. Come on. Give it up. There can't be much holding you on there. Just need to get a finger. There you are. And that's all you gotta do is just walk for me. Unslip you right meow. Ow. Okay, so this is what we got sitting underneath the carburetor here. So I'm just, I'm going to clean this little area up. I'm going to put it back together. Somebody did mention this thing to me before. I mentioned running this into something like I think one of my valve covers. Not entirely sure what that is, but it is plugged off. I would like to know. But yeah, I'm going to get this thing apart and start cleaning it up. Okay, so here's the other side of what we're dealing with here. And I notice it looks like we've got some burning or staining or something going on right on these sets, which might be normal because those are the sets that open first, so they would be, I guess, more prone to that heat coming back up. But that might not supposed to be happening at all. But this is what we got. Alright, so we're just going to dig right on into this thing. Start by taking the hat off. I'd like to take a second to say a huge thank you to Muscle Car Solutions for the detailed video they've got on rebuilding these. I watched it for a while last night and he did a really good job going in detail on how to put things together. How pretty much every part in this thing is one directional. It's got one spot, only got one way it goes back together. So like all the gaskets are different and all that fun stuff. So feeling halfway confident that I can do this. I guess before I complete taking the hat off, I need to take these linkages off on the side that connect the two. Those could be helpful. This baby in a few pieces. Let's go ahead and get this linkage off. Now I'm pretty sure they sent me replacements for these little cotter pin type deals, but just in case they didn't, or I I'll lose some. I'm going to try not to break them. Little video things. So bing bang boodle. There goes the noodle. You got one sitting right up here as well. Why are you so weird? There you go. Bang. We're gonna get them meat string rods. Is this supposed to look that burnt? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. No. Alright. Is this ready to come apart? Them look a little goopy. A little filthy. Alright, let's start taking things apart, I guess. How do you come out? That's all. That looks really dirty. Maybe they're supposed to look like that. I do notice some, I don't know what to even call that, but it looks like dirt or grime that's mixed with my gas. I mean, I did flip it over and let all the gas drain out of it yesterday, so I know it ran backwards through it, but it might be carrying some juice that we don't want it to carry. So I'm going to pull these cats out. Will you reach? Well, that looks, it's got some stuff in it. Oh yeah. That's what we meant to do. Oh cool. This one doesn't even have a filter. Well, that seems like that's how that's supposed to be. God. Yeah, I have a feeling cleaning this carb was the right move. Check this out. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with from the top down. I don't know if that's a normal amount of dirty or extra dirty, but it is definitely dirty. So this should do us some good cleaning things up here. Alright. We're going to keep ripping things off of this thing. Then we're going to take it outside and clean it up real nice. Oh, that's satisfying. I'm glad that didn't peel off in an ugly manner. Ew. Okay. Oh, what was that? I guess I'm just gonna really hope that was my imagination or something else. Because that sounded like something. But I don't see no somethings. Very useful tip I learned from my muscle car solutions is that if you get your screws all mixed up, a good way to remember is your long screws are internal and your short screws are external. So you got these longer ones here, just a little bit longer. All these longer ones are going to be inside the assembly, and all of our taller ones, or all of our longer ones are going to be inside the assembly, and all the shorter ones are going to be what holds the assembly together. That makes it really easy for a guy like me who just throws stuff on the table and gets things mixed up. I don't know if they need a little extra pressure, if there's something else holding them in, but I don't really want to pry on anything in here, considering how easily you can put this thing out of whack. Let's go and pull these cats. They need a good cleansing. Okay. You just gotta hit it with your purse, that's all. No, we don't have quite a lot to talk about this week. Really just trying to get through and make sure I do this correctly. I'm thinking that this is going to make a notable difference in the operation of the car. I don't think this is a normal amount of dirt. This looks pretty dang filthy. So that's something that'll make me feel better to have out of there. I do feel like the fact that, okay, so it's this filthy, and on one side I don't have a fuel filter. So I could just be blowing gunk straight up in there, and that could be a long-standing problem I've had. So all this stuff is going to benefit from being cleaned out. Not many things in this world have gotten worse by being cleaned. There's a few of them, but not a lot of them. I wonder. There you go. Oh, that makes it let go. Now, something that just occurred to me. So in the video I was watching Muscle Car Solutions, all of his gaskets came off intact. Now, Like, he didn't have to cut these off, or I don't know. He doesn't have the disassembly in the beginning of the video, but he shows all of his gaskets and says he likes to keep them just in case. But there ain't a snowball's chance that I would be able to save the gaskets that are on these, and I wonder if that's because mine is so filthy, or if it's because the engine's been overheated a couple times, and that heat, you know, obviously transfers up, and so on and so forth. That's just a half-cooked theory I've got, but it just occurred to me. Again, if you're watching this to learn from me, bad move, not going to suggest it. If you want to learn how to do this the right way, and you know a bit about what all this stuff actually does, go check out Muscle Car Solutions. And he's got a video rebuilding the AVS where we're doing now. It's actually floating there in the background of this video for reference. So that guy actually knows what he's talking about. We're just documenting progress together here. Okay, so cleaned this up just about as good as I could. Had a lot of stuff down in there. My uncle said that's probably rust from a bad gas tank, which would make sense because it's had the gas tank replaced. So I'm just guessing whoever didn't clean the carb after they did that. Or maybe the rust that was in the lines. The rust that was in the lines hung out for a while and continued to be a problem. Okay, so moment of truth. So I put this thing back together. Let's see if we broke something. Could probably use that gasket that came with it, huh? It might appreciate that. Oh, dang it. So notice I either previously didn't have an air cleaner gasket, or I'm going to double check, make sure, but the old one could possibly be stuck to the air cleaner. That's extremely possible, considering the shape the rest of these bad boys were in. Oh man, I got a good feeling about this one. I got a good feeling we just made a difference. We had a lot of rust and junk hanging around the bottom of this carb, and I imagine that when the gas was in there, that stuff was floating around pretty freely, because it didn't take much to break it loose and get it floating around in the bowl like some funky soup. So I'm guessing that I've been essentially running nasty gas every time I start the car, even though I've got a good gas tank and fresh gas in it. And I could be wrong, I could have other problems here, but that's what I'm thinking. Alright, so we're just going to slap it all back together. I don't know exactly what I'm plugging here, but this was plugged before, so we're plugging it again. Try to keep it as similar as possible. Didn't have the gasket stuck to the air cleaner, so this thing's been rolling with that one for a long time, or some time. So that's a plus. That tracks though. I'm just dumping gas everywhere. What is wrong with me? Gosh. Some days you feel like you got it figured out. You feel like you're really starting to get smarter. Some days you do stuff like that. I got a screwdriver out here. Gosh. Jeez. So I don't know if you all noticed any kind of difference, but I definitely did. It sounded like it's breathing a whole lot better. It sounded like, you know, I didn't change any of my settings except for the tube sitting right on the front, which that might be all of it. That might be everything. But I noticed it sounds less like it's aggressively sucking air, and it sounds like it just fires easier. It's breathing easier. It was running at a higher RPM, and I hadn't changed anything with the idle air mixture. So I'm guessing that those jets were clogged up, and now they're just pumping all the fuel that they're supposed to in the first place. And I might be connected to some things that don't connect, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's starting easier, breathing easier. I am getting a good amount of white smoke still coming out, but I also tried off camera putting it into reverse and driving. It's not doing that thing where it was lugging down and cutting off. So I'm going to take the dogs for a walk, do some stuff that I need to do, and I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to take it for a cruise around town and see if that has fixed our sputtering issue. But I'm feeling really good about what we did here. Alright, so I've done what I need to do for the day, so I'm going to fire it up and take it around and see how it acts now. A little bit juice, I guess. Well then, okay. Huh. My oil pressure light came on, like flickered. Never done that before. If that oil keeps going on, we're not going to keep running it. We're going to see if it'll just drive. Then I need to change that oil ASAP from the last time I overheated it. My oil is pretty terrible again, so that might be the issue. I hope that's the issue. I'm not seeing it again, but we're going to drive it and see what it does for us. Okay. Now it wasn't doing this earlier. Why? Okay, and my oil pressure light is on. jeez. Oh, man. You know, I did turn the idle down a whole bunch. I'm gonna turn that back up. Alright, so we're gonna try it again. Hope you're alright. No oil pressure light. God, these brakes need out changed. Yeah, that oil pressure is on. Monkey. Oh man. Now it's off. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this thing around, but I feel like I can at least soft accelerate and it's not sputtering. But we need to get this back now. That oil pressure is an issue. Aha. Temperatures, okay. Oh boy, can we turn this thing here? Strand me here. Come on. Oh boy. Yeah, oil pressure isn't coming back on. We need to get this thing back ace. There we go. Oh man. Well, it was a short one. I fixed one problem, but I think I caused another. Alright, well that's our next issue. See y'all next time.